Hey Lions fans! Here we are with the latest news to keep you well informed, so hit the like button and let's get right into today's topics. Alright, let's get started. Big news from Lions camp, our very own Aidan Hutchinson has been named NFC Defensive Player of the Month for September. After a dominant start to the season, this recognition is well deserved, and it's another huge win for a team that has been making headlines week after week. What's even more special is that Hutchinson is the first Lions defender to earn this honor in nearly a decade. The last guy to do so was linebacker DeAndre Levy in September 2014, and now, Hutch is putting his name in the history books. And it's not just the accolades that speak for themselves, let's talk numbers. Hutchinson has been an absolute terror for opposing quarterbacks. He currently leads the entire NFL in sacks with 6.5, and his pass rush win rate sits at an impressive 35.4%. To put that in perspective, the guys closest to him only have a 28.8% win rate. He also leads the league in pressures with a whopping 40 per PFF, which is 17 more than any other player out there. Just crazy production. In addition, Hutchinson made PFF's first quarter All-Pro team and has been ranked atop the pass rusher rankings since Week 1. He dropped to second behind Myles Garrett temporarily, but then came roaring back to reclaim the top spot after an insane Week 4 performance against the Seattle Seahawks, where he recorded an impressive 15 pressures on 64 pass rushing snaps. That's next-level dominance, Lions fans. This is a guy who is becoming a cornerstone of our defense, and this is only his second year in the league. Hutch has shown that he's not just living up to the expectations of being a top pick, he's setting new standards. And with performances like these, you can't help but be excited about what he'll do for the rest of the season. This is a player who can single-handedly disrupt any offense, and if he keeps this up, he'll be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation by the end of the season. So, Lions fans, what do you think? Is Hutchinson the best edge rusher in the NFL right now? And how important do you think he is to our team's chances of making a deep playoff run this year? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. We're all excited for the Lions to get their season underway. But it's also important to take a step back and acknowledge some things that could get in the way as we move toward our ultimate goal, winning our first Super Bowl. I'm not trying to throw cold water on the excitement, but there are a few areas of concern that we need to keep an eye on. So let's break it down. First, injuries. Yes, every team deals with them, but we've already seen some key players go down. Center Frank Ragnow is out now, and we all know how crucial he is to our offensive line. Linebacker Derek Barnes is also out, and the loss of his pass rush presence has been noticeable. Marcus Davenport? Out for the season. And then there's John Kaminsky, who is on IR but could return later. That's three big pieces missing on the defensive front. While Aidan Hutchinson has held his own, the depth is definitely being tested. And it's not just the front seven. Our secondary has taken some hits as well. Emmanuel Mosley and Ifeatu Melifonwu are both on IR. Melifonwu showed a lot of promise last year, and his absence could be felt as we face tougher passing attacks down the stretch. With so many pieces missing, it will be a challenge for the defense to remain as effective as it has been early. Now, let's talk about the schedule. Coming off the bye, we head straight to Dallas, and we all know how hard it has been to beat the Cowboys at home. We haven't done that since 2011. Plus, our NFC North matchups are shaping up to be tougher than expected. The Vikings are undefeated, and Sam Darnold is playing great football, probably the best football of his career. And when TJ Hockenson returns to the lineup, that will just be another headache for our defense. Green Bay isn't making it easy either. They held Philly close and nearly came back from 21 down to beat Minnesota. The Bears? Still a question mark, but divisional games are never easy. And looking outside the division, the Titans, Jags, Colts, they could all be trap games if we're not careful. The rest of our schedule is no joke, and every win will be critical. One of our biggest weaknesses right now? The secondary. Rookie cornerback Terrion Arnold has been the target of a lot of attacks, and for good reason. He's already drawn 8 penalties this season. Teams are taking advantage of his inexperience, and if he can't improve his technique, we could be giving up first downs and big yards too often. We've also allowed the 4th most passing yards in the NFL so far. Sure, teams aren't rushing us, but that means they'll throw more. If the secondary doesn't improve, it could cost us some games down the road. And speaking of penalties, lack of discipline is becoming a trend. The Lions were hit with 107 penalties last year, 13th in the league. This season? That's 31, which puts us on pace for 132. While none of them have decided a game yet, the pile is growing. We saw situations like too many men in the huddle or on the field, which cost us crucial points against Tampa Bay. That's not just the players, but the coaching staff as well. We have to clean that up. Finally, let's address the offensive line. Last season, that unit was one of our strengths, and we even upgraded it with Kevin Zeitler at right guard. But somehow, it feels like we've taken a step back. The running game is solid, but the pass blocking? It's shaky. Frank Ragnow, before his injury, was already struggling compared to last year. And left guard Graham Glasgow's PFF grade has also dropped. Even Taylor Decker, who has been consistent, allowed 3 sacks. We need to protect Jared Goff better, or we'll find ourselves in trouble against teams with strong pass rushes. Okay, Lions fans, it's your turn. Do you think these issues are enough to derail our Super Bowl hopes, or is this just part of the normal ups and downs of the NFL season? Switching gears a bit, Eminem just dropped some big personal news, and it involves a Detroit Lions jersey. The legendary rapper, who released his latest album The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace, in July, recently released a new music video for the song Temporary, featuring Skylar Grey. Now, we all know that M has always been proud of Detroit, repping the Lions and Pistons every chance he gets. But this video has something a little extra special for us Lions fans. Towards the end of the video, there's a sweet moment where Eminem's daughter Haley joins him on the steps of a back porch. She's holding a Lions jersey, but this isn't your typical M gear. It has a personalized name on the back, and when she turns it over, it says, "Get ready for it, Grandpa." That's right, folks, Eminem, the guy who sang about being the real Slim Shady, is going to be a grandpa. Talk about a full circle moment. This is huge, not just for Eminem fans, but for Detroit as a whole. I mean, think about where we were at that time. When the Slim Shady LP was released in 1999, the Lions were coming off a tough 5-11 season and hadn't won a playoff game since 1991. Custom jerseys weren't even on most fans' radars back then. It's incredible to see how far we've come as a team and as a city. Plus, it's really exciting that Eminem, who has always been a huge supporter of our city, is using the Lions brand to make such a big family announcement. It shows how much the Lions have become a part of not only our sports culture, but our city's identity. I mean, imagine telling someone in 1999 that one day the Lions would be featured in a music video with Eminem announcing he was going to be a grandfather. It just wouldn't seem real, but here we are, Detroit is on the rise, the Lions are finally looking like a force to be reckoned with, and Eminem is about to be called Grandpa. It's a crazy time to be alive, right, Lions fans? So, what do you think of this big news? How awesome is it to see the Lions jersey being worn in such a memorable moment? And what do you expect from the team now that we're seeing more and more Detroit legends like Eminem embracing us on the biggest stages? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Go Lions!